What's a surprise you got that ruined your wedding? 3 hours before I was supposed to walk down the aisle, I was getting ready in the church basement with my groomsmen when my phone started buzzing with text messages. I figured it was just people wishing me luck or asking for directions to the reception hall, so I ignored it and kept adjusting my tie. My best man was helping me with my cufflinks and joking about how nervous I looked when one of my cousins burst through the door looking panicked. His face was completely white, and he was breathing heavy like he had just run up the stairs. He said I needed to check my phone immediately because something was happening outside and people were talking. I grabbed my phone and saw dozens of missed calls and messages from family members, friends, and even people I barely knew from high school. The notification count just kept climbing as I watched. The first message I opened was from my brother saying he was sorry and that he tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. I had no idea what he was talking about, so I kept scrolling through the messages frantically. My aunt had sent me a link to a social media post with multiple crying emojis and the words, "Oh honey, no." When I clicked on it, I saw that my fiancé had posted a long rant about how she couldn't go through with the wedding. She was saying that she had been having doubts for weeks and that she realized she wasn't ready for marriage or commitment. But that wasn't even the most devastating part. She had posted this on her public account where all our wedding guests could see it, and she was actively answering comments from people in real time like it was some kind of live discussion. I watched in horror as she responded to questions from our friends and family members who were already at the church. She was telling everyone that she felt pressured into the engagement and that she never really wanted a big wedding. Meanwhile, I'm standing there in my tux with 100 people upstairs waiting for a ceremony that was apparently not going to happen. My groomsmen were all staring at their phones too, and I could see the confusion and embarrassment on their faces. My best man tried to take my phone away, but I kept reading. She had written that she hoped I would understand and that she was going to drive to her sister's house in another state to think things through. The comments section was a disaster with our relatives arguing with each other and people taking sides. My grandmother had commented asking what was happening, and my fiancé actually replied explaining that she was calling off the wedding. I felt sick realizing that my 90-year-old grandmother was learning about my canceled wedding through social media comments. I tried calling her, but it went straight to voicemail. I sent her texts begging her to come back so we could talk about this privately, but she had already turned off her phone. My dad came downstairs to check on me and found me sitting on a folding chair still in my wedding suit, scrolling through hundreds of comments on this post. He looked at my phone and his face went white. We had to go upstairs and make an announcement to everyone who had traveled from different states to be there. My mom was crying, and my fiancé's parents looked mortified. The worst part was explaining to my elderly relatives who don't use social media why the bride wasn't coming. We had already paid for everything: the flowers, the catering, the band, and the photographers who were already taking pictures of the empty altar. Some of our friends suggested we still have the party since everyone was there, but I just wanted to disappear. I ended up changing out of my tux in the church bathroom and spending what should have been my wedding night at my parents' house, eating leftover cake and trying to return wedding gifts. She never did come back to talk, and I found out later through mutual friends that she had been planning this for weeks, but was too scared to tell me directly.